Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, the Secretary for Sport and Youth Affairs, Mr. Jomo Pitt, the Assistant Secretary in the Division of Education, Innovation and Energy, and Assemblyman for the area, Ms. Marisha Osman, the President of the Tobago Football Association, Mr. Anthony Moore, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, better known as Prezi, Mr. David John Williams, Mr. Winfield Kwamina, representative of the NLCB, other specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, let me say that I am pleased to have been invited to bring remarks at this activity this morning. But I really didn't know that the speaker before me is essentially a politician, and that he would have used this opportunity to put some pressure on me as Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. But let me say very firmly that this administration, meaning my administration, is committed to the development of sport on this island. As a matter of fact, for those of you who may not know, I have delinked the Division of Sport from the Division of Education and given sport its own secretary, all in an attempt to lift the profile of sport on the island. So, Prezi, take note. So sport is going to have its own budget, sports has its own leader, and sports will be in a position to make those decisions that will take sport and physical education to another level. As a matter of fact, it is only on Friday, well, Thursday, Friday of this week, that under the umbrella of the Division of Education, we would have completed the Godric Alfred Open Tournament, I think for under 15. Yes? So it signals again, both male and female, boys and girls. So again, Prezi, we are in sync. I also want to make the point that because of the collaboration between the Division of Education and the Division of Sport, we have taken the decision to reassign some young persons, coaches and so on, at the level of the primary school so that they can begin to, as it were, improve the administration of physical education in our primary schools. So that we are laying the foundation or doing the groundwork required to ensure that our young athletes would in fact graduate to a program such as this one. And Prezi, and this is not because you would have attempted to force my hand, but once you deliver, or your administration delivers, on what you said this morning, that is in respect of a center for football that you are building in conjunction with your friends in Trinidad. Once I see tangible evidence of that, I assure you that I shall come on board. Because as you know, performance beats old talk anytime. And as much as we do not have the number of acres of lands that you have in Trinidad, we will endeavor to find an appropriate piece for you and your organization. So you can take comfort in that. I just want to say to the young footballers this morning that you need to take this seriously, because an activity such as this and being engaged in football, sports generally, allows you to develop a number of talents and skills. Talents in respect of discipline, uh, study habits, work ethic, because to become an elite footballer, it means that you would have to spend many hours training and practicing. And that builds your discipline. It also builds your capacity for hard work, which over time will translate into good study habits. And as you become adults, will also translate into good work habits and work ethic. So there is that element to it. There is the element of perseverance because you are going to meet challenges, you are going to meet failures, and how you manage that, how you treat with that, would help to build your character. Your social skills as well will be improved because in any competitive sport, you have to learn to abide by decisions which at times may go against you. And at the same time, you have to build friendships and relationships that are likely to last throughout your lifetime. So I want you to note that this involvement, as it is now, relates not only to just playing football, but it goes deeper because you can become um, someone whose contribution to the development of Trinidad and Tobago will stand out over time. I also want to commend Prezi, your organization, because indeed I was impressed when you did say to me that you chartered about 2 flights this morning to bring personnel from Trinidad to be engaged here. We are grateful for that. And in respect of Mr. Kwamina and NLCB, again, we are thankful. $8 million is a lot of money, but I suspect that it's a drop in the ocean when compared with the daily intake from the population of Tobago, given the activities in which they are engaged. But nonetheless, it represents a fundamental start, and we trust that that kind of cooperation will continue. Again, I pledge the commitment of the Tobago House of Assembly to continue to work with key stakeholders in respect of the development of football in this country, and of course to continue to collaborate with institutions like the NLCB and so on. So ladies and gentlemen, I know the boys are eager to begin their competition. I myself have to run off to another activity, and therefore, as I close, I say to you, enjoy the game, give it your best shot, and ensure that at the end of the day, you get your fulfillment from being involved in sport. I thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for kickoff. Before we do that, I realize nobody spoke about the parents that came out in their numbers to support the children here today. So parents, we're really very thankful to see you all here today, and it's that kind of support we need in these children's lives. That's what they really need, and that's what they really want. That's what's really going to push them over the edge. So well done to the parents. So we're ready for kickoff. We're gonna